Think we're on. Welcome back to some more Vintage Cube. I actually played a decent amount of Dragons of Tarkir draft on here in an attempt to convert some of these play points into actual dollar bills. I had something like, I don't know, 3,000 play points or something. Just trying to convert them into packs and sell them for tickets and stuff. Since play points don't really have much value. But I think I got all the way down to like 500 or 600, so I'm gonna try to play a little Vintage Cube, get the points back up. It's kind of a weird time right now on Moto with play points and treasure chests and tickets and all that. If you're just playing events, it's actually better to open treasure chests because you're more likely to get more play points to enter events than you would like selling it for ticks and using those to enter. You can sell treasure chests for like it's like $1.75 or something. But the EV for opening them for points is like 2.25, so it's like 50 cents. It's pretty significant as far as a per chest thing. But anyway. One more person. All right, what do we got? Pack one, pick one. We have 3 talismans in this pack. Wow, that's actually pretty funny. So I did a bunch of sealed pools in Dragons of Tarkir, and I did a bunch of drafts too. I think I did the math, and I'm pretty sure I opened over 60 packs in the last like 2 days. Opened over 60 packs of Dragons of Tarkir. Didn't open a single Corey Steel Cutter. And it's just a rare. It's not even a mythic. It's just a rare. But of course, it's the most valuable card in the set. Didn't open a Corey Steel Cutter. Didn't open an Ugin. And didn't open any of the other top 10 most valuable cards. I opened over 60 packs. That's got to be some record for just getting unlucky with pack openings. But anyway, that's not what I'm taking here because it's worthless in Phantom Draft, of course. Lelia is pretty good. Counterspell is great, but I'm going to take Flash. I think pack one, pick one Flash is pretty great. Look for World Spine Worm, Atraxa, and whatnot. Passing some good blue, so it's kind of unfortunate, but I'm going to grab the Flash and see what we get next. Not much. There's a Wheel of Fortune. I guess that's probably pretty good for a Flash deck. Try to wheel into a big thing or wheel into the Flash or both or whatever. I guess it wouldn't really matter. It wouldn't really work to wheel into a Flash or wheel into like the other piece. You have to draw both, but you know what I mean. The Tidebinder is decent. I guess Gush could be something, but I'm not going to second pick Gush. I could just take one of these lands. That's probably what I should do. The only problem is I don't really know which one. There's 4 blue lands here. Flash does oftentimes go green, but it can kind of go in anything. I mean, it could be blue-black Reanimator Flash. I don't know. I guess I'll go Underground Sea. That's fine. I kind of want to take Wheel of Fortune. It's good in like breach decks too, but let's take a land, I guess. This pack's also not very exciting. I guess Birds of Paradise is maybe the best card here. Subtlety, if I wanted more like blue tempo, if I took like Tidebinder, I guess. Lightning Greaves for Nadu. I mean, there's Life Death, it's a reanimation spell. Reanimation usually goes pretty well with Flash because you're getting the same targets typically, except maybe World's Fine Worm. But you can like flash and attract, say, go to the graveyard, and then you recur it. Could take Zagoth Triumph, just take another land, but I think Birds is pretty reasonable here. And these packs have been pretty lame. First pack was chock full of good stuff. Sylvan Caryatid. I guess Spellseeker finds Flash. Maybe I take that. Passing Skull Clamp. Skull Clamp's typically pretty great. If I didn't have the Flash here, I'd probably be taking Skull Clamp after a Birds, but yeah, I'll take the Seeker. Okay. Stern Scolding, Lion's Eye Diamond, Fire Ice. There's an Unearth. It's not really the recursion I'm looking for, but okay. Spellseeker for Unearth, Chump Block, Unearth, Spellseeker, get Flash, easy. Probably just take Lion's Eye Diamond. I don't think I'm gonna miss out on any of these other cards, and Lion's Eye is a piece of a pretty strong combo. Potentially. There's Thought Scour. There's Necromancy. Springheart Nantuko. I like Ketria Triumph here. Wouldn't be opposed to taking that, but I think Necromancy is probably the pick. Try to hedge into potential Reanimator. And I don't think Brutality will wheel. You never know, though. It just depends how much people want these lands. Take the Necro. Craterhoof, Flash Craterhoof. It does technically work, but Storm Chaser's Talent. Could just take another Dork, I guess. Ramanop. Take a land. I mean, end up playing like Sneak or Through the Breach. Sure, I'll take a land, I guess. These packs have been pretty lousy. I like Monstrosity, but I think Cryptic might be more where I want to be. Although blue hasn't seemed particularly open. Yeah, let's go Cryptic. Wield all the talismans. Take a blue-black talisman, I guess. Wield the Gush, wield the Urborg. Take Urborg, I guess. Doomsday, maybe. Probably just take Hedge Maze. I guess Doomsday has some potential if we get Oracle, but I'm just gonna take the Maze. Yeah, Sanctum's fine. I don't think I'm gonna be a Paradoxical Outcome deck. Sunken Ruins, Excavator. Okay. Alright, pack 2. There's an Archon. It's decent with Flash, not the best. Mana Drain, of course, is great. Stock up Frantic Surge. All cards I would definitely want. Along with Baleful Strix, Grist would both be good. I think it's definitely between Mana Drain and Archon. Because Archon's one of those good ones like Atraxa. You flash it in for decent value and then you recur it. Yeah, I might snag that. It's one of the premier recursion targets. I hate to pass mana drain though. It's kind of tough. But yeah, let's take the creature, I guess. Okay, now we get reanimate. Pretty solid. Passing Snuff Out, Hymn to Turok, Image, Tar Pit. Yeah, Xander's Lounge would be good too. If we end up getting Sneak. But yeah, reanimate easy. Okay. Already a much better start than pack 1. Now I might just take Vamp Tutor over Mind Twist. Itali also good with flash reanimate stuff. But I think Vamp Tutor's a little bit better. I don't know. I guess there's a world where Itali wheels too. Like there's Edict, Twist, both pretty good. Bill, Lutri, Chromatic Star if somebody's an artifacts. Shredder Binding. Like it is possible Itali wheels. I'm gonna go with the Vamp. Ooh, Emrakul. It's really only good with Breach and Sneak, which we don't have yet. Of course, you know, Shallow Grave, Corpse Dance, but we also don't have those. I'm leaning more towards Troll or Spell Pierce. Troll's pretty solid, nice kind of mid-tier recursion target. You go turn 1, cycle Troll, turn 2, reanimate Troll. It can win games. Obviously, it's not the fastest clock in the world, but it can oftentimes do the job. I might just go Spell Pierce though. Spell Pierce is pretty sick. Now we get Grizzlebrand. Also doesn't really work with Flash, but obviously good to recur. There's Dark Ritual, which I like. What's up, Partrap? Gataxian Probe is sick. I think I take Grizzlebrand here, though. Just get those premier recursion targets. I hate to pass Grasp Ritual Probe, but it is what it is. Take the Grizzle. Now we get... There's Channel for that Emrakul, I guess. Tropical Island. Probably not going to be green at this point. I already have Hedge Maze Sanctum to kind of hedge into green anyway. I think I just take Mastery. I guess Preacher is a pretty good kind of mid-rangey stalling card while you find your combo stuff, but I think Mastery does a pretty good job of that too, killing the rest thing. Channel Wheel Emrakul, classic. Natural Order, not really what we're doing. Could see playing Wishclaw though. Flash Eternal Witness, get back Flash. Yeah, I'll take Wishclaw, I guess. We'll see. Ooh, Daze. I like Daze. I'll take that. Wield the Baleful Strix. Wield the Frantic Search. I love Baleful Strix. Flash Baleful Strix, draw a card. GG. It's probably Search, though. It's a great discard outlet that untaps your lands, lets you play a recursion spell same turn. Yeah, take the Search. Sorry, Strix. Ooh, this is a tough one. I love Tar Pit, but Snuff Out's probably the pick here. Flash Baleful Strix. Yeah. think I go Snuff Out. It is kind of cool to be able to like Phantasmal Image your Archon or Grizzlebrand, but I think Snuff Out's probably a little bit better. Tameo Shredder. Shredder's a pretty good discard outlet. Also blocks, you know. Bayou if I was playing green. Mana cost freeze by 2. I think it's just colorless though, right? I don't think it would work for Strix. Yeah. That would be sick though. Flash Strix. Build your own Ambush Viper. Oh, Metamorph. Alright. So we get a clone after all. We'll take that. Alright. Yeah, pack 2 was much better overall for the deck than pack 1. Although pack 1 didn't set a very high bar, so. Wield Dark Ritual, wow. Also wield Ugin. I don't think this card's getting enough respect. I mean, I'm not taking it, but like I feel like there should be a deck at the table that's taking Ugin earlier than that, but I guess not. I mean, Dark Ritual Preacher, not a bad start. All right. Pack 3, pick one. I think it's pretty clear what we take here. I think it's an Animate Dead. But Fable of the Mirror Breaker is really strong. I don't think it's strong enough to like add a third color over an already great Animate Dead. But it would definitely be a consideration if it was a slightly less good black card, you know? I don't think it's too crazy to think we wheel Fanatic. I mean, we wheeled Dark Ritual. We'll see, though. Take the Animate. Ugin goes hard. Deck is kind of uncommon. I don't know. I mean, I think artifacts are not too uncommon. But you also don't need to ramp too hard. You just need like a Grim Monolith or whatever. Ooh, Orcish Bowmasters. Ugin's just like it's one of the best 7-drop like payoffs we've seen in a long time because it just immediately affects the board. It's really similar. It's like an updated 7-mana Karn, like how the old 7-mana Karn was just like a reasonable 7-mana card to draft, even in like a regular deck that wasn't ramping too hard, because it had such an immediate impact on the board. You play it, you exile a thing immediately, usually like a land or some big thing, and then if they don't deal with it, you exile another thing, or you just start exiling cards from their hand. It's obviously too slow for modern day Cube, but Ugin's kind of replaced that, a very similar effect. You know, you pay 7 on, it's a cast trigger to exile something, and then every other artifact you play after that is exiling stuff. Yeah, easy Bowmasters here. There's the Swords of Plowshares, of course, but not going to go for that. I guess not top by other people. I think they're monolith and random decks. Yeah, that's exactly my point. Is you can play Grim Monolith in a random deck and play Ugin. Like I don't think it's unreasonable to play Ugin with like a couple artifacts in your deck. You know, it's just a great play at 7. You know, you don't want it in your like grindy red black Kolaghan's Command deck typically, but you know, any deck that's like somewhat controlling or can stall the game a little, Ugin's where it's at. Got Jace Fringe Prodigy is probably going to be the pick here. It's a good discard outlet. Gets down early. You can recur Flash if you want to. Although I haven't gotten a great Flash target yet. We haven't seen World Spine Worm. We're more of a reanimator deck that's hoping to see more flash stuff. Doth Voidwalker, Dismember, Fairy Mastermind. I love Voidwalker, but I am kind of low on removal. I guess I have Mastery Snuff out right now. Bowmasters doesn't really count. Man, I love a Voidwalker though. It's just like insanely good against some decks, and it's never bad really. Hmm. Yeah, let's go Walker. I have Sunken Ruins and Urborg to help with the double black. Deep Cavern Bat's pretty sick. Don't need Trinket Mage. Inti's not bad if I was more of a Grixis deck. Could have taken, or no, I probably still would have taken Animate Dead over Fable, but could have had Fable Inti. Yeah, easy bat here, I think. Corpse Dance, okay. Oracle. Could have had that Doomsday. Yeah, just Corpse Dance here, I think. Man, are we not going to get a World Spine? That kind of sucks. Ponder, Brain Freeze. We didn't see Breach. I have Lion's Eye Diamond, but I don't think there's much reason to take Brain Freeze at this point. It's a late headliner Scarlet, too. I'll happily take a Ponder, though. I don't have any fetch lands, but it's still pretty good. Fallen Shinobi. I do have green fixing. I could play Leovold. Dark Confidant. Always a little risky when you're running 8 drops. But still not terrible. Treachery. Let's see. I mean, this is not the worst Shinobi deck. Jace can attack. Get in for 2 attack. I don't need Moxen or anything, though. But like Shredder, Bowmasters, Bat. All decent for it. Voidwalker, of course. I'm going to go Leovold, though. We got the Fnatic back. It's not bad. No World Spine. Leovold without wheel isn't too exciting. Yeah, it definitely gets better with wheels, but I personally think it's still pretty solid. There are a lot of decks that want to draw extra cards, and preventing them from doing that's pretty good. Reprieve, just the best card. Hex Mage. Yeah, whatever. Oh, the Planeswalker power creep has gone to the point where the emblem effect has gone all the way from ultimate to a cast trigger. Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. Workshop, Foundry, Citadel, whatever. Probably not even worth playing. Leovold. When I picked it, I already had so many playables to begin with. Whatever I took there is probably not going to get in. I mean, I guess maybe Shinobi is good enough. I usually like having more creatures for it, but I guess maybe it would have been better than Leovold. But we have it on the board for if we're playing against some blue deck that's trying to go nuts. So Flash is not the best here, but it feels like it might still be worth playing. Because we have, so it doesn't work with Grizzlebrand, but in desperation, I can flash a Grizzlebrand into the, like I can use it as just a discard outlet with no other effect. 2 mana, put a Grizzlebrand in the graveyard. Um, but it works with Fnatic technically. You can flash a Fnatic and like use like make a 2-card animate dead essentially. A slight upgrade, it gets a lifelink counter for whatever that's worth. But then it also puts a Fnatic in the graveyard for if you have other recursion later. Get the Fnatic, get something else. And then it works with Archon, like I said. That's kind of the best case scenario. Even that is not where Flash is at its best. Archon's not the best Flash companion, but it feels like it's still maybe worth it. I think it's all right. Yeah. Yeah, it's certainly not going to be great in this deck if I even end up playing it at all. I want Wishclaw Talisman. Probably not. Spell Pierce. I think Curtains can probably go. Don't think I need Talisman. What's up, Mr. Trivia? Shaggy. Ruh-roh. Mm. Cryptic Command's a little ambitious with the lack of fixing. Spellseeker. So Spellseeker gets Reanimate and Flash. So I think that's worth it. I could probably just play 16 lands, really. Because, like, this could even be a 2-drop and a 3-drop. Like, my curve's really low. Corpse Dance going with the number of other good reanimation effects around. Yeah, you could cut Corpse Dance, but being able to get a hasty Grizzlebrand or a hasty Archon, I think is good enough to keep it in. Because you get, say it takes you a few turns to assemble Grizzlebrand in the yard with a recursion effect. If that recursion effect is reanimate, you're taking 8 damage immediately. And if Grizzlebrand can't attack immediately, you're not getting that life. And if you pass the turn hoping to block or something, your opponent has sorcery speed removal or like they untap with regular removal of some kind. You don't gain that life back, and a lot of times you just die, right? And can you, like, after the reanimate, can you really minus 7 life to draw 7? Sometimes, yeah, and you probably win, but I think Corpse Dance making it an immediate attacker to gain that 7 life and not paying any life with reanimate, I think makes it pretty good, specifically with Archon and Grizzlebrand, where Archon has an attack trigger, especially. And Grizzlebrand, you need to gain that life to use it to its greatest effect. I feel like I'm kind of low on discard outlets. Is that true? I have Jace, Ledger Shredder, Search, and Flash kinda works. That's okay. I don't have like a ton of creatures to bin anyway. Being able to exile the guy after with only 2 payoffs. Exiling the guy after with only 2 payoffs in the deck. I just don't. I see what you mean. Yeah, I get it, but I just don't think that's a problem. But you think about it the way of if you get a Corpse Dance Archon out, you probably won the game, right? Like it enters, they lose 3, discard, you draw and gain 3. It attacks, they lose 3, so that's immediately 12 damage, and you get you to draw 2 cards. They discard 2 cards, sack 2 things. Like it's just a huge advantage that you get on the same turn. I don't think it's a big deal that he gets exiled. Because this is a deck that has other means to win the game, you know? Like I have Metamorph copy their thing, I have Preacher can get in there, Bowmasters, like Voidwalker can just shadow them to death. I don't know. It's like these are not the greatest ways to win the game quickly. They're not huge threats, but it's not like it's got nothing to follow up with. I don't know. This is not the best deck ever. It's got no power and a little bit of a measly flash reanimation package, but we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna roll with this. Go 16 lands, I think. I don't know. 9, 4, 9, 10, 12, 5, 6. Seems good. What's up, Zed? It's been a while. Not currently accepting music requests. I do think that Shinobi probably would have been decent here, now that I'm looking at the deck again. Leovold just kind of felt right at the time. We'll see, though. Maybe we'll get matched up against some card drawing fool. Vintage Cube's pretty good. I've liked the version of the cube they've been going with lately. A lot of good Tarkir Dragonstorm cards they added. The set itself like has a lot of good cube viable cards. Like the new Ugin is really solid for cube, and this pack is this hand is pretty sick. Obviously needs to find Grizzlebrand or Archon, but I think it's a good one. Life is good. Just doing this occasionally, trying to get into it more. Working and whatnot. What about you? You said you got into Arena. Oh, there he is. All right. I could just discard the hand size and then reanimate next turn. Let's see. If I go Island Ponder. Jeez. Problem is if they go Island Pass, like am I just playing into a mana drain? I have Necromancy to follow up later. I can just try for the reanimate, and then if they counter it, I can Ritual Necromancy. So it's pretty safe. Yep, Island Pass. What did I say? All right. Yeah, the counter. All right. No reason to draw yet. They might have like a petty theft, I guess. I don't know if I would draw. I'd have to discard a lot. I guess that's fine though. Maybe find Archon, discard that, Necromancy it. Oh, it's a Mastermind. Yeah, I don't mind that. You can draw 1 card to my 7. I'll allow it. I'm more scared of a hull breacher, which I guess maybe I could have drawn before that happens, but out in our set, okay. Voidwalker, Flash, Daze. Unfortunately, I don't have an island for Daze, but it should be okay. Alright, draw your card, Bridgekeeper, I'm not afraid. What am I doing next turn? Looking for a new job. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm kind of working. I'm technically self-employed right now, so. Okay. Herborg, huh? Guess I'll start by attacking. Let's go at Narset. What do you have for 0 mana? Oh, I think they just clicked their mastermind to block before it was together trying to activate it. Sure. Go to 12. I can't draw because of the Narset yet. But I guess I just go like Island Ritual, Voidwalker, Jace. I could metamorph the Grizzlebrand. Well, no, that doesn't work. It's legendary. Yeah, let's just play some cards here. Could hold up Spell Pierce, but I have Daze up, and I want to get more things on the board, I think. Although I guess Jace with Narset out. It's not the best. But whatever. Try to get rid of it soon. Let's discard Urborg. Fanatic Swamp. Yeah, Voidwalker threat, yeah. That's what I mean. I think we can dispose of it. Hopefully they don't have some way to play Time Spiral this turn. It's unlikely, but you never know. Oh, Time Twister they can play. That's alright though. I mean, if they want to play Time Twister, it puts me to 1 card, but I still have the Grizzlebrand out. They wouldn't untap. They would just have like 1 mana left. Versus Bobble, okay. So I mean, unless they can get rid of Grizzlebrand, I could even Daze. I'd lose my island. But it would take them off another mana. Seems worth it. Make sure they got nothing to follow up. There it is. We got it right back. We even have a Time Twister exiled with Voidwalker. Look at that. Yeah. The island who lived, come to die. I don't think I'm going to be Time Twistering, so I can attack with Voidwalker here. Hmm. I guess I just bat. See what they got. Well, well, well. Hmm. Warp, Sink, Cannoneer. They're playing Cannoneer. I didn't expect that. I guess we saw Bobble, but I haven't seen anything else to indicate that. I guess, I mean, they can play Warp, but that doesn't really do much. Sink into Stupor, bouncing. It's probably the thing I'm most worried about. Don't care too much about Turnabout. Yeah, I'll just take the Sink. I mean, they'll probably go Island Time Warp. And just draw and go again. Oh, they go Shelldock, okay. Shelldock, and then they're just gonna like turn about me. It's kind of like taking another turn, sort of. I may want to upkeep Vamp Tutor. Oh, they drew Aether Spellbomb, wow. Am I drawing with Grizzlebrand? Probably. Hmm. I don't think it makes much sense to Vamp Tutor because I'm going to be drawing so many cards. I have decent odds to draw something good to play, right? I don't have to look exactly for Archon. I guess I'll go ahead and do it though, because if I hit Archon, I can go land, discard Archon, Corpse Dance it. Because then they'll have to choose. I mean, if they want to bounce Grizzlebrand, that's fine. Go to 5. Okay, I didn't draw Archon. It's okay. So I can Vamp Tutor now, but I don't get to Corpse Dance it. Oh no, I have Ritual. Okay, I have Ritual. I could do it that way. I guess I'll do that. Arconimus. A lot are under the camera. Oh yeah, sorry. So there's a Orcish Bowmasters and a Sunken Ruin over there. I'll put all the lands over. Everything under the camera is a land now. It's still the case. I drew a land. And if they want to bounce Archon, that's great for me. I'd rather they bounce it than me exile it. Plus, I can still have Grizzlebrand, so they would have to find a way to deal with that. I guess they bounce Bat and then sink something. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. There's nothing I want to Void Walker. So just attack with everything. They're letting me attack with Archon, so I assume we've got the dub. Doesn't matter what they do now. Sure. I accept. GG. That was fortunate. So they're playing Kappa Cannoneer. I didn't really see enough artifacts to justify that, but maybe they were just hiding. I don't know. But Narset, Time Twister, Time Spiral could be a problem if I don't get going fast enough. Yeah, Sneaky Leovold matchup for sure. This is kind of the archetype I was talking about. I just wonder what to cut for it. I guess I don't really need curtains or anything. Not too worried about that. I guess I don't have like a ton of green fixing. Feels like it's still worth playing Leovold though. Snuff Out didn't seem incredible. But if they are playing Hull Breacher, I mean, that's usually what you want in a deck with Time Spiral, Time Twister. Snuff Out's definitely something I want access to. I could maybe cut like Mastery. Frantic Search, Seeker. Ledger Shredder's a little iffy with against Narset because the draw is forced and you'd just be like just discarding a card. There's always the consideration to cut Days after they see Days, but I think it's fine. Yeah, I don't know. Go like that. I mean, 2 green sources is not very much, but I have a decent amount of card draw, I guess. This hand doesn't seem super keepable. I mean, there is a chance it matches up well against their hand if their plan is to go like Hull Breacher into draw 7, but it doesn't seem great compared to what we could get. Yeah, need to find a discard outlet, but yeah. I might even just bottom a land. Yeah. Because I think Voidwalker does a lot of work here on the draw. I don't need very many more than 3 lands. Ponder will probably find one. Snuffoot. Alright, both green lands. No discard outlet though, so should probably just shuffle. Ponder Bug. Drew the Sanctum. Alright, that's fine, I guess. If we draw Leovold, then we've got it. All right, no counter, please. Sure. I'll allow it. Days. Okay. Sensei's Divining Top. Sure. Opal. Well, we're winning the race, technically, I guess. Let's see. They missed a land drop, so I guess they're going to be looking for lands with the top. They missed on lands again. Old Breacher. Yeah, I'll just daze that, I guess. I could snuff it out because daze works on other stuff, but I'm just going to daze it now while we have the opportunity. And I can just snuff out the mastermind or something else later. I also now get to cast it with Voidwalker, which is nice. Getting close to just casting this Archon. We hear the whole Breacher deck now, yeah. Exactly. So, they left up mana. I don't have another counterspell. So if I sack Voidwalker, cast Hull Breacher, they counter it. Hull Breacher goes to their yard. They can play a draw 7, shuffle it back in. That could be bad. Maybe I'm supposed to just keep attacking because I'm winning the race, like I said. Wait for them to do something. Because if they bounce Voidwalker, I think that's okay because I just replay it. The Hull Breacher still has the counter on it, so I can still cast it later. And just keep passing, making land drops. Tidebinder. Okay, so they could have countered that. The Voidwalker activation. Probably just go ahead and snuff that out while they're tapped out. I think that's reasonable. So now, unless they have 2 counter spells, I could try for the Hull Breacher now if they counter it. then it'll be free for Archon next turn. Problem is if they play a draw 7, they don't have Narset yet though, and Hull Breacher's gone. I don't think they'll be able to play Narset and Twister unless they have like another Mox. Turn on the Opal. Hmm. I think I just keep attacking. They haven't had an answer yet. Put them to 5. Okay. I'm pretty sure I've drawn only lands. Have I drawn a non-land card? I guess I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I must have drawn one of these, right? I drew the days, maybe? I'm not too scared of casting this Archon, because I can always just corpse dance it afterwards. I have a lot of mana up, though. Do I attack first? Yeah, I guess I do. You have a bounce spell. Sink into stupor. Petty theft. Okay. Yeah, let's go Archon. If they have a counter, it kind of sucks, but I can try for corpse dance next turn. And this way they can't play Borrower. If I don't play anything, or if I just play like Voidwalker, and they get to play Borrower, hit me for 5, and then I'm pretty dead. This way they can kind of think that shields are down. And I can go corpse dance and try to win that way. I just need to hope they don't have a draw 7 effect. We're not in danger of Shelldock quite yet. Tap out for something not a draw 7, please. Is that Kappa Cannoneer? Oh. Okay. I'm glad I didn't let them play Borrower. Because, I mean, now they can go land, Narset, draw 7. Probably dead. But we'll see what they do. Trinket Mage. Okay. Ghost Vacuum. Spell Bomb. Okay. I mean, that's annoying. For sure. But I at least know that the Archon's going to come out. which is good. At least get to gain 3 life. Draw a card. Should I play a Voidwalker first? I don't really care about a Spellbomb getting exiled too much. Maybe rather have the mana for whatever card I draw. They get to draw here, but they have to discard first. Their Shelldock will come online, yeah. Yeah, so we'll draw here. They draw. It'll be online. I mean, they can put it online next turn, I guess. Fanatic. So they have to bounce the Archon. It's just a given. There's no way for me to... I don't know. All right, I'm at a somewhat healthy 7. They're at 2, so they have to be able to get rid of Voidwalker and get rid of my hand, essentially, with like a draw 7 effect. That might be difficult. They use their Time Warp already. Shelldock's not quite on. They can't turn it on with top because top goes back on top, so there's never a spot for them to activate. They get in with Mastermind. They could have just Time Walk, I guess. That would kill me because they play Borrower. Time Walk and then hit me for 5. Retrofitter, okay. That doesn't do anything. Makes Mox Opal active, I guess. I don't quite have enough for Archon plus Corpse Dance if they counter it. But it's okay. I think I attack first. Just because if what they have is like Mystic Confluence or something, I don't want them to be able to bounce or counter the Archon and bounce. Because I don't need the Archon to attack if I need to like Corpse Dance it or I don't know. I just need to be able to cast it. Sink into Stupor. Okay. Miscalculation they could have. I guess I play around that instead of playing Voidwalker. Okay. I mean, unless you have Force of Will in the deck. 1 mana is not going to counter it. Lorien revealed. Okay. I can see Lorien now. Drawing with top. Is this a force? No? Okay. Just doing weird stuff. GG. Alright, round 2. They had every look possible to try to find the force. Was a good play. I mean, they didn't need to draw with the top, though. They already looked at what was on top. They weren't seeing any new cards. I don't know. Oh, right. No, they did shuffle. They shuffled and then drew. Right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I guess I meant more like if they don't have force in their deck, they weren't doing anything relevant. But I assumed that they did since they were doing all that. Sand doesn't do a ton. We are on the draw, though. I could just take a turn off, discard Archon, and then try to work towards Necromancy. It's not that crazy. I'll keep. Playing against red. No 1-drop. No Ragavan. Yeah, let's try it. As long as we're not up against red-black. This might work. Red-white. Inti. Ritual Necromancy is pretty good. It's all part of the plan. I had that to begin with. Pretty good. Nemesis. Okay. You got it. GG. Well, that was easy. This game's easy. Up against red-white. I guess something like Hexmage might be decent. Just to get in the way. Curtains. Hmm. Spell Seekers maybe less good. Just because by the time we're spell seeking for reanimate, I'm probably too low on life to really use it very well. I don't know if that logic really makes much sense, but it is a chump blocker after you get whatever you want to get, but it doesn't really get that many relevant things. It gets flash and reanimate. Obviously it gets ritual, but it's unlikely that that's going to be the best. Yeah, it was a quick game. I think I cut it and just bring in curtains for a little bit of defense. Okay, once again on the draw with a big fatty in hand, but no recursion at the moment, so I think I'm supposed to mulligan. Although I do have Ritual, Voidwalker turn 1. Red-white probably has a lot of ways to deal with that, and then I'm kind of done. I do have Snuff Out for their first play and date. Like, I have a lot of cards I can play. But, I don't know. red-white aggro is like not the best Voidwalker matchup anyway, because they're not usually utilizing the graveyard and they have a lot of ways to kill it. I don't know. I guess I'll keep though. It's an interesting one. Mox. Okay, well. Ay, ay, ay. I guess I snuff it out, pay one, and then go from there. All right. I think I'll pass that. It's if they have reprieve, I guess it's unfortunate, but they'd have to pay 3 for it anyway. Inti. Okay. I guess I'll do this now. Gotcha. They're down to 1 card. Look at that. Got curtains for the blocker. I guess I just go Ritual Voidwalker Curtains. Seems good. A lot of cards off 1 land, like you said. You got Flage. Enduring Innocence, okay. I assume no attacks. Or you would have attacked before you played the 3-drop. Sunken Ruins. Okay. That's not good. Hmm. There is a world where I actually... Wait, where did... Oh, that's the thing they can cast. Okay. Into Solitude. Pitching Parallax Wave. Alright. Sure. Reanimate. Yeah, I mean, if I'd been able to play that Plains off of Voidwalker, we could get something going here. Frantic Surge, discard Fanatic, Grizzlebrand, reanimate Fanatic, get Grizzlebrand back with a lifelink counter and with lifelink. I think we're pretty much toast here, though. I block whatever 3-power thing. Or if they make the Goblin 2/2, take 8, go to 7. I could still recur Fanatic, I guess. If we draw land. Yeah. Not much to think about. Oh wait, no, I have to block Rabble Master because Rabble Master is gonna be big. Right. So I guess it doesn't really matter. Vintage Adversary. Yeah, they throw it on the Rabble. It goes up to 5. I take 5, 8. Oh no, I still go to 7. Okay. So I have one draw. One draw for a land, and we may still be in it. Because I'll have 2 lifelinkers. Karizev, sure. Land? They have no idea how close I was to just absolutely dominating the game. Like, look at all of the stuff they have. I have 2 lands, and I'm 1 land off of just having an insane board. Granted, I would be at 1 life, but I have the potential to gain 11 on their turn, so I think it'd be enough. Alas. Is there anything I could reanimate Solitude? Exile the Rabble Master. I'm at 2. I block there, go to 5, 2, 4, 5. Now I'm still very dead. Reanimate Adversary. Rebel Master just dominates. Yeah. Alright. GG. Fair enough. That was an impressive series of plays off of the 1 land. That's kind of a unique experience. Yeah, no changes, I don't think. Curtains was actually doing its job there pretty well. Another 1-lander, eh? This one doesn't seem quite as good unless I take like 2 turns off, discard the hand size, and hope I draw land. It actually might not be the worst plan. Like, because if I wait for a different discard outlet, if I don't draw Frantic Search, it opens it up to removal. Like, my other discard outlets are Ledger Shredder and Jace, which can get killed. So then I might not have a way to get Archon or Grizzlebrand in the yard. I have Snuff Out for removal. So I would pass, take my turn, pass, discard Archon. Whatever. Live by the 1-lander, die by the 1-lander. No. Alright. I guess I still discard Archon, not Fanatic. Alright, land please. Corpse Dance, you say? Okay. They didn't have a 2-drop. I assume it's like a Felia or something, though. No? Alright. No 3-drop? Voidwalker. Okay. I mean, I don't hate discarding Grizzlebrand, so. I guess maybe I'm even supposed to discard Fanatic, but whatever. Grizzlebrand's better to. Well, no, I guess it's not even better to Corpse Dance. Bowmasters. Alright. It'll eventually be okay. Yeah, if we ever draw a land, it'll be okay. This is a weird series of no plays from them, though. If they'd play like a Lion Sash and just exile my graveyard, or like I guess Ghost Vacuum wouldn't even be that insane. They'd have to have 3 turns with it, but I do not know what's happening with their no plays here. I guess they just don't want to play a creature into Archon. Yeah, alright. I guess I get Fnatic. I'm gonna get Grizzlebrand because I'm at 20. I mean, I already played a land. I'm not gonna draw yet. I assume they have removal or Solitude or whatever. Get lost. Do I go to 13? Yeah, I guess I do. Wow, that was a lot of nothing. But I guess there were a lot of lands left in the deck, so I'm not gonna go to 6, that's for sure. Have to discard 6 cards. Make sure not to discard any creatures, I guess, for my corpse dance. Mm. That might be difficult, actually. I guess I can ditch Spell Pierce. And getting rid of Snuff Out seems a little sketchy, but I guess it's fine. Oh, wait. I need to keep a land. Wait. Yeah, no, I don't really need Frantic Search, do I? I can just ditch Urborg Search. Okay. I mean, Fnatic as a 3/4 lifelinker is definitely something they need to deal with, so if they use removal on that. Prison. Okay. That's an interesting one. So I go to 10 here, at least. See if they have like a Bombardiers. No. I don't think I'm supposed to snuff that out, but no. I don't think I snuffed that out. So I wish Archon was on top and not Grizzlebrand, because Grizzlebrand just gets exiled with like a path or whatever they're holding up. Solitude. Solitude would kind of be okay just because I'd gain 7 life, but still be kind of iffy. I could just go Curtains and hold up Bowmasters. If they don't immediately have another artifact, that's pretty good defense. Can also have Snuff Out open. Could just play Preacher too, but I'd rather play two things, I think. Let's go Curtains, pass. Obviously, they could not have removal that kills Grizzlebrand, but they didn't play anything for the first like 5 turns, so I have to assume that a lot of their hand is removal. This is large. Overlord of the Mistmoors. Okay. Pretty good. Okay. Reanimate. Ooh, that's very good. So I guess I reanimate the Grizzlebrand. Go to 2 and then Corpse Dance the Archon. Seems good. If they have Solitude, it's unfortunate. How can I mitigate that? I could reanimate the Archon. No, because I still gain the life back if they have Solitude. Alright, they're F6. I think we got it. Alright, sack a construct. I gain 3 more, and then I'm probably gonna snuff out the Overlord, but I don't actually have to. The tokens aren't attacking. I have a lifelinking blocker. So one more turn, my Fanatic comes back. No targets though. Parallax Wave. Okay. Okay. Yep. Okay. Go to 2 here. They didn't save their Overlord. Interesting. I guess that means one more turn or I don't get my stuff back. I'm at 2. You have a bolt. Wow. Played around the days. Last card stomp. That's actually kind of insane. But GG. All right. I mean, I knew they had removal. That it's the odds are decent they have a lightning bolt, but I was a turn off from getting Fnatic back. Like, that was a bummer. I did go off though, you know. Like I can't really complain. I got to reanimate a Grizzlebrand and Corpse Dance and Archon in the same turn. If I can't win from there, then it's probably my own fault, but it's the way it goes. That was an odd game. Because, you know, they're red-white aggro. They don't play anything for the first 5 turns. And then I eventually go off. I missed a land drop for 2 turns after already taking 2 turns off. So just gave them a lot of time. Stock up their hand. Yeah, that's a bummer, but kind of interesting game. On to round 3. Parallax Wave just showing why it's excellent. I guess so what could I have done differently there? I think really the only difference, the only thing I could think of that would be different, that would actually potentially make an impact, would be reanimating the Archon and corpse dancing the Grizzlebrand at gain 7. But I guess that doesn't, no, that doesn't make sense because the Archon gains 6 and the Grizzlebrand's a much better blocker. It doesn't trade with the Overlord and it's got lifelink. Archon doesn't actually have lifelink. But on attacks with corpse dance, it still gains 6 life, so I think that was right. I think I pretty much did everything correctly, but just didn't go the right way. Sand's okay. I'm gonna keep it. Doesn't have like a lot of um, immediate combo action, but it's got cards to cast. How many dice rolls did we do? 1, 2, 3 dice rolls. All right. I'm battling from the dice roll. Lutri. I guess I'll play Underground Sea just for snuff out. I don't usually play the non-basic immediately for fear of Wasteland, but Goif, an 0-1 Goif. Not scared of that yet. Flash, eh? Alright, Island Go. Green Sun Zenith. Pierce. Edge Maze. Nice thing about metamorphing a Goif is that you always know you're going to be able to block it because they're going to be identical in power and toughness. Dark Ritual. Yeah, I could go ahead and copy Goif. How many times MTG has crashed by accidentally hitting an absurd amount of tied dice rolls? Yeah, I don't know. Seems like something that might happen. Monstrosity, eh? Seems like something I would want to snuff out, but I also don't really want to pay 4 life. I guess I'll let him mill 1. It grows both of our Tarmogoyfs, so it's fine. Tracker, okay. That is very good, but I think I needed to kill the monstrosity. That thing was just gonna wreck me. Tracker can make a lot of value, but it's blockable for a couple turns at least. Archon of Cruelty. Okay. It's good with Flash. Animate Dead here. Guess I just do that. They've One blue. They sack the tracker. Interesting. It's odd. So I could ritual to make sure that I play around Spell Pierce or something. Because then I can play Necromancy and Animate Dead. And I can like Necromancy their Monstrosity. I think that's okay. I think that's reasonable to do. If they have Endurance, I guess it just puts it on top. Okay, so they can't find Endurance. Uro. Discard a Nadu. Okay, interesting. I think I'll take that. I mean, getting another Tarmogoyf is kind of nice too, but I think Nadu's a little better. Do I get a trigger off of it? No, it just comes in enchanted. Okay. Top card is Uro. Not sure what they're hoping to get with it, but draw. Forest. GG. Nice. So green, blue, Nadu, Uro, shenanigans. Like deck seems fine. Spell Pierce might not get a lot of use. But I don't have a lot in the board to bring in that I feel like would be very good. Just run it back. I think piercing that piercing the Green Suns was pretty nice there, so let's do that again. It's good. Unfortunately, this is a Ponder, not a Brainstorm, or I could put Fanatic on top and then cast it for its miracle cost. Kind of cute. But Ponder will do. Metamorph, Pierce, Underground Sea. I mean, those are fine. But I feel like I'm supposed to try to dig more for something large to discard. Hopefully they don't go turn 2 Tarmogoyf, because that'll be a decently fast clock on me. What do you got? Green Suns for a Dork, or a Hex Drinker maybe. Delighted Halfling. Okay. Jay Sereno, go ahead. I think odds are pretty good that I Frantic Search next turn, because I already have. I mean, I guess last turn I actually could have just reanimated a Generous Scent and seen if that gets me to the finish line. A 5/7 on turn 2 is not bad. I have a feeling they could probably compete with that, but I have a backup Necromancy for like my stuff later, so maybe that would have been a better play than Jace. See about next turn though. So I guess I would Frantic Search first, just because then I'd have 4 cards in my yard. I can Jace and flip Jace. And then we can like reanimate the Ent and maybe flashback reanimate if we find something of our own. Nadu is the play. Okay. It's a good one. Draw Swamp. Yeah, let's go for it. Search it up. Low reward for the amount of risk. I'm not going all in on Fnatic. I'm just ripping some cards. Trying to flip a Jace. Jace is not great on this board right now, but there's a Vampiric Tutor. So I already played a land. I think I just ditched the lands. I guess, well, I could discard Fnatic. I don't really need to have it in hand. So we ditch Fnatic land. We untap. We vamp for, I guess, Archon. Yeah, Archon's got to be better. And then reanimate Fnatic, get Archon with lifelink. Pretty sick. I might even have enough mana to flash it first. I don't know. Probably not. No, I guess not. What's up, Sprinkles? Yeah. And then we reanimate. Fnatic. Archon. And then I guess I could ponder with Jace. I could also just plus it and then... yeah, luckily it's up to 1. So I don't have to target. I can just throw some loyalty on there. But yeah, definitely don't want to target Nadu. Let's see. Yeah, let's just plus, because then I want the option to be able to maybe reanimate next turn also. I don't think minusing to ponder is a great idea. I mean, if they have the Greaves, they could present a substantial board here. Springheart alone is not going to do it, but if they go Greaves here, that could be something. Oko. Alright, that's also very good. Oko the Archon. It's still, I guess it doesn't have lifelink anymore either, yeah. And Jace goes to 2. Okay. Preacher. I think I Necromancy the Generous Ent. Seems okay. Is that better than playing Preacher? Actually, maybe not, because it's going to get elked anyway, right? I would get a food token, I guess, but yeah. I think I just play Preacher. Necromancy has slightly higher upside later. If you end step it, do you get it for the next turn? I think you do, yeah. If you cast any time a sorcery, could have been cast. You control it permanently. Sacrifice at the beginning of the next cleanup step, yeah. Next cleanup step. So I guess you don't get it. Otawara, my fanatic? Okay. You know what? Maybe I should have gotten the Ent, because now they could actually just +2 Oko if they wanted. But I guess Preacher is kind of a problem, so yeah, they're just gonna elk. They kill Jace, or do they hang back? They kill Jace, okay. So I'm threatening to kill Oko here. See what they've got. Okay, no more cards. One blocker. They have Lutri they could put to hand. They choose not to for some reason. I could flash Fnatic, get my Jace back, but that seems kind of bad. Alright, let's go at Oko. No blocks. Referencing the cleanup stuff, yeah. Meta back with flash also. Get meta back. Oh, metamorph. Yeah. Metamorphosis Fnatic. Back with flash also. Oh yeah, I guess you can do that because you sacrifice it, and then um, when by the time the trigger happens, Fnatic's also already in the graveyard. Yeah, I could do that. 2 mana 4/4, lifelinker. I guess that's okay. It kind of, yeah, I would need to find a discard outlet for Grizzlebrand anyway. And I want to Necromancy the Ent. So I guess maybe it's better to um, flash Necromancy just to guarantee I can kill the Nadu when they attack with it, but I think just having a permanent Reacher is also decent. I don't know. Probably just gonna hardcast the Fnatic next turn and then get Jace back. That way we also have flash for whatever else. Although I guess it doesn't really help with Grizzlebrand. Ulvenwald Oddity. Alright. Cradle taps for 3. I assume they don't attack here. So now I get Jace back, and then I can actually just start trying to throw Archon into the flames. Because if they block it, I can Jace back. Jace with lifelink, nice. I can Jace back the Archon, or Jace the reanimate, and then get the Archon back. Yeah. Gain life equal to the card. To its mana value? No, just equal to the card. They still haven't put Lutri to hand. I'm not sure why. I think maybe they've just forgotten about it. They can flip Oddity pretty soon, if not already. I guess they can do it already. 7. Bowmasters. Okay. Flipperooski. Wow. Okay. Hmm. I guess I'll play land then. Pass. The Oddity is scary. They drew Uro. Okay. Yep. So I get to flip the Oddity. Everything gets bigger. I still have okay blocks. Sure. You sure about that? I don't think I'm even supposed to play Bowmasters yet. Metamorph. I think if I copy Archon, it still does the Archon stuff. Is it better to just copy the Archon, or should I get in with Archon, see if they block, and if they do, copy Fnatic. If they don't, I'll just copy Archon still. I guess that would add a creature, right? Either way, I would get 3 damage in, I guess. I mean, it's pretty transparent what I'm trying to do here, I think, but 3 damage is 3 damage. Discard Flood Pit's Drowner. I draw Animate Dead. I can get their Uro, which doesn't really do anything. I can get their Drowner. I don't want to target their stuff. Yeah, alright. Just save it for if and when our stuff dies. Yeah, I didn't expect him to block. Nope, they scooped. Oh, I wish I could still see the board. I don't like how it does that when you finish a league. It doesn't show you the board anymore. Oh, can I? Oh, there we go. Turn the game. I knew about that. Uh, yeah, they scooped from here. I guess if they didn't have a way to deal with Archon, but like they have Uro they can cast. They just get picked apart by Archon. Yeah, but like they can escape Uro here. They draw another card. They have a 7/7. Like they have a lot of big bodies. I guess they would have to like sack Tidebinder, which would turn my Jace back on for whatever that's worth. I'm not saying they were in like a great position or even like a super winning position, but yeah. Yeah, I think yeah. I guess that's more what I meant as an early. It's kind of an early concession. I'm not saying that it was a wild thing, but they had more stuff to do for sure. I thought, especially if they do have Greaves in their deck, like you Uro for Greaves, you find it, you throw Greaves on all your stuff, you draw a million cards, make a bunch of Saprolings with Nantuko as fodder for Archon. So I don't know. I think they had at least a couple more turns to find stuff, but GG. Unfortunately, didn't get the 3-0 there. Lost a game that I felt so good about that corpse dance one. We just got stomped literally. But it happens. That deck kind of overperformed. I felt like we drew our Archon and Grizzlebrand a lot, like a lot more than I think you typically do with just two reanimation targets. I seem to have it in like a lot of my openers. I mean, how many I discarded a hand size what at least twice, if not three times that I remember. So they were just immediately in hand with, necromancy, reanimate, animate dead available a lot of the time. Dark ritual is great, obviously. Yeah. Like the fact that we were a hair away from a 3-0 with this deck, I think I can say it overperformed a little bit. It was good though. I mean, any deck with like a lot of efficient, cheap cards with good synergy is going to be solid. But yeah, anyway, on to the next new draft. Solid times. Call for solid measures. What do we got? Ooh, is it time for brain freeze? I could be convinced. I mean, I think it's probably the right pick. Brain freeze or wooded foothills. Everything else is pretty far off from that. Giver of Runes is a good white card, but I think Foothills is significantly above it, as is Brain Freeze. Because, I mean, Underworld Breach Brain Freeze is just, I think, the best combo by far in the cube. So if you can start with a freeze, it gives you a lot of time to find the other pieces. Foothills is definitely a safe pick. Like, odds are you're going to be able to use it. But I'm going to go with the freeze, see what we do. Okay, Counterspell is a good follow-up. There's a Lutri, Misty Rainforest. Both also good. I think if I took Wooded Foothills, I would probably just take Misty Rainforest and try to go Teamer lands deck, But Brain Freeze, I think, well, I could follow up with a Spell Seeker, but I don't think I need to do that. I think Counterspell is just good enough over it. I don't need the Brain Freeze tutor. Ponder, Frantic Search. Frantic Search is really good with Breach, so maybe I take that. I think typically I'd take Ponder or Shelldock. I'd probably take Shelldock usually, but I think given that I'm trying to do like the freeze breach stuff, I think Frantic Search is a reasonable take here. It it could wheel. A lot of times people don't care too much about Frantic Search. There's a lot of other blue cards here. But it's just so good if we do get the breach. Pented Prism, Morphos, Foundry, I guess. Skydiver's decent. I think it's Prism or Manamorphose. I'm going to take Prism. I think Manamorphose is a little bit more likely to wheel. Alright, Mystic Confluence is very good. So is Fractured, but this is more of a Confluence start. Whatever that means. Flooded Strand I'll take. Treachery. Talisman wouldn't be terrible, but obviously Flooded Strand is significantly better. Shieldbreaker, Kolagon's Command, Memory Jar. Yeah, Memory Jar could be something. I don't love it, but you never know. Fabled Passage. Mightstone, Weakstone. I'll take the Passage, I guess. Turnabout. I like Thought Scour if we get Breach. Turnabout's better in like a more classic Stormy list. Yeah, I'm taking the Scour. It's a nice way to dig for Brain Freeze if you have the Breach already. Leovold. City of Traders. It's probably just City of Traders, but Leovold's kind of tempting too. I have a couple fetches to help fix. I'm already going to want to play red for Breach. That's two other colors. Let's just take City. Alright, wield the Shelldock. That's kind of surprising. But like I said, there were a few blue cards in there. I think I take that over Gush. I mean, Gush seems okay in the storming off type list, but Breach, you don't really need to play free spells. You just need to find Brain Freeze, Breach, LED. So it's more about that than playing a bunch of spells. Morphos is a good wheel. Outcome Otawara. It's a very late Hex Drinker. I don't think I'm going to be an outcome deck. I'll just take the utility land there. The spell land, whatever people call it. A braid. Staff O the Storyteller. Ooh. Mock Sapphire. Okay. That might go well in my blue deck. Let's see. There's not much here that I really care too much about wheeling. So let's take the Sapphire and not think about it. Ooh, Gitaxian Probe. Looks pretty good here. Fury's a good card. Doomsday, I mean, I'll probably wheel anyway, but Draw a lot of cards, go 1/2. Yeah, that's the life. You get a good breach deck though. It's quite a bit different. I think those are among the best decks in the cube. You go probe here. Pretty easy, I think. Could play Vamp Tutor for sure, but let me go with the probe. If I don't end up with breach, I kind of do need a backup plan here. So maybe think about that. But speaking of which, Tinker, Nadu, Mana Vault, Bloodstained Mire. So like Tinker and Nadu are both ways that we could pivot and do some other blue shenanigans. I don't remember if there was a portal in pack 1 or not. I wasn't really paying attention to that. There's a Bolus's Citadel here and a Triplicate Titan we could both wheel. I don't love tinkering into Triplicate Titan, but it's decent. Tinkering into Bolus's Citadel when you're trying to like storm is probably alright. I really like Occult Epiphany. I'm not going to take it here. I think it's Mana Vault for sure, but yeah, like if it, I don't know, maybe if this was like pack 3 or something and I had some other creatures, I might consider pivoting to Nadu if I didn't think I was going to get breach, but let's just go Mana Vault, pass a lot of good stuff there. Speak of the portal. There it is. I don't see Tinker wheeling, but I guess crazier things have happened. This pack seems pretty bad for me. Breach as the new Splinter Twin as an additional combo. Yeah. I don't know. I think Breach is much better than Splinter Twin ever was. But I think usually the reason people don't put Twin in their cube is just because Twin could only be used for that combo, really. You know? I'm just going to take No More Lies. I don't know if I'm going to play it or not. Whereas Breach, you don't have to have brain freeze for Breach to be decent. You can still use it with like Time Walk and other things like that. Other effects a lot more versatile. But yeah, I think it's just also a better combo. It's a lot easier to disrupt a creature combo than an enchantment-based graveyard combo. Luring Revealed is pretty sick. But there's a Steam Vents here for our Flooded Strand. So do we take the duel to make our Flooded Strand better, or do we take another fetcher? It's probably just Luring Revealed. Like I said, we still don't know if we're actually going to get the breach or not. So let's just take the Luring, which I think is a little better in general. And we may have to, switch into white or something with this No More Lies. There's an Urza Saga here. It gets Mana Vault, Mox Sapphire. Not a whole lot else I care about, so I think I'll just snag that. Eagles, Tidebinder. Sahili. I guess Trop could be something. Don't think I need Eagles. Sahili. I think it's Trop or Sahili. I mean, I am like all non-creatures right now, so I guess Sahili could be something. I kind of like Trop in case we get like Rumble. But I'll grab the Sahili, I guess. Image, Yogwill. Bobble. Just take Bobble. Colonnade or Karn. Exhume. I guess Fireball's not nothing, but I'll take Karn. I could kind of slide into a little bit of artifact stuff here. Chalice, Talisman, Doomsday. Sure, I'll take a Talisman, I guess. Alright, wield the Titan. I think Occult Epiphany is a lot better, though. Without the Tinker. Siren, Ritual. Take Ritual if Yagwil comes around. I guess Zerda actually could have been something. Trying to guys what you don't need to draft a Storm deck to play Breach combos. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. Is that like Breach, or that's what I was saying before that came up. It was like Breach isn't the same as Storm, right? I agree. So now we get Mana Crypt, which is definitely going to be the pick here. Hope to wheel Mishra's Bauble, I guess. Turns out we are pretty much just artifacts. Payoffs, I mean, like win conditions right now are kind of slim. It's like Karn and sort of Saheeli. You know, you make enough mana, I guess you could still storm off with Brain Freeze. Maybe we can find a Thassa's Oracle. Try to mill ourselves out. We already passed up on Thopter Foundry, I think. So Sword, I'm pretty sure, is out of the question. Malcolm, Tundra. Take like a Path and maybe get some white cards in here. But I guess just like Mox Opal seems fine here. I don't need Expedition Map. Yeah, I don't need to like add white or anything. Malcolm's not even really what I'm going for. You just get zapped by whatever removal they have in hand. Just take Opal. Now Mox Diamond, great. Psychic Frog is very strong, but I'm a little reluctant to put it in this deck with just no other creatures. And I would have to find some black fixing. Tendrils, yeah. Yeah, it could be Tendrils. I think I just take Mox Diamond though. Should have this deck be all mana. No payoff. It's okay, we'll find a win condition eventually. Brain Surge, Time Spiral, Upheaval. Upheaval seems pretty good in this deck. Got Mana Vault, Mana Crypt, Mox Diamond, Mox Sapphire, Opal. I don't know if either of these blue cards will wheel, but I think a Heave is pretty good here. Even if I don't have like a great reset, I can I can act like I do, you know. Just replay a bunch of mana rocks, even though I can't actually win the game from there. This is kind of a tough one. Force of Negation is really strong. Displacer Kitten with all these zeros is also pretty sick. If I had that coveted jewel, it'd be a little bit more tempting. Obviously, Displacer Kitten Teferi is a good combo. I could also just take Teferi. I have Fabled Passage, Flooded Strand is decent white fixing already. I love Force, but I don't know. I'm going to take Kitten and see what happens. Sensei's Divining Top, Subtlety. I guess it's just top. Talisman. I mean, subtlety's good. It's top though. Brainstorm? Golos? Ghost Vacuum for Saga seems alright. I like having that card. So no breach, it looks like. It's gonna be a weird one. Sedgemoor Witch, yeah. It's just instants and sorceries, unfortunately. So it doesn't work with all these artifacts. But it is a creature. I'll take the Ghost Vacuum. True name, there we go. There's a win con. Seems like third path would be good too. I didn't end up with any red fixing, unfortunately, but I think we'll be all right. Bobble Wield, Glorybringer, Ether Spark. Is this any good? Probably not. Draw 2 cards. Yeah, I don't think I care about that. Let's take another Bobble. Wishclaw. I mean, I could even just take like a Dracosaur as a thing to ramp into. Grab Malcolm though. Tendrils. Alright, Brain Surge Wield. It's kind of cool. Witherloom. Subtlety. Rain of Filth. I don't think I want. Satya. This is an odd one. A lot of really good cheap artifacts. But how does it win? I wonder if I'm supposed to be playing this No More Lies or Satya. I could even play Staff because I have the Sahili tokens, the Karn tokens, and the third path tokens. Seems pretty good. Probably cut a braid. Says more which win con. Oh, sorry, I didn't see that other message. Never actually seen it go with Storm before. Does it count copy once or per storm count? Oh, like brain freezing to get all the tokens from the copies of the brain freeze? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you're brain freezing them enough to get enough pests that it matters, then you're probably brain freezing them enough to kill them, right? So, I don't know. That is a good question. I don't know if Sedgemoor counts the copies individually. Seems like it probably does, but it says whenever. Yeah, seems like it would count each of them. I think Malcolm can probably go. I think I still want Brain Freeze just because I have so many like zeros and ones, dorks and stuff, and I have upheaval, so there is a chance I can go like there's a world where I play like Crypt into tap a bunch of mana, upheaval, play like replay Crypt, Sapphire, whatever, Brain Freeze for 6 or 7. Don't want Memory Jar. Seems okay. I mean, you can draw them out with Brain Freeze if you don't Brain Freeze for enough. Adds an extra 7 on the end. Let's see. Kitten right now, I think it just resets like Planeswalkers, which could be good. I mean, making a bunch of Karn tokens is pretty solid. Repeatedly untapping artifacts, making Thopters into copies of them. Yeah, could be something. I'm more interested in flickering Karn, but yeah. I guess Brain Surge is fine. I don't actually need Frantic Search too much, but it is a free spell for Storm Count and like Sakili triggers, third path triggers. I want to get Staff and Demoralize in here at least. Maybe Satya. I'm just not going to have that many creatures. And it can't copy Karn tokens. So, don't think it's worth it. Hmm. Alright, I guess Subtlety's fine. I'm going to have a lot of mana. Yeah, seems okay. Maybe I could get Malcolm in. Prism. Hmm. Yeah, I like this. Go 6 lands, 1 mountain, 1 plains. So that's just 2 red sources. Plus opal. Diamond. It's okay. Prism, kinda. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. See how this goes. Alright, we have an opponent. Good hand. Start with Shelldock, of course. Probably hold on to the bobble. I could actually play a turn 1 Saga. Is that crazy? So I play Saga first. I can follow it up with City of Traders. Activate, activate, sack Saga, get Mox or Mana Crypt or something. Play Otawara. I don't think that's necessary though. Pentad Prism. Jar, I guess. Yeah, I'll wait on the bubble. Okay. Draw a Crypt. Saga. Crypt. Kitten. Bobble. Blink Crypt. Doesn't do anything. Could just Prism for 1 color. Yeah, I think that's fine. Obviously not ideal, but so next turn got Staff. Let's see. Crypt, Kitten, Bobble, Blink Crypt. Drop the Staff. Now we gotta get maximum Displacer Kitten blinks. What are you, crazy? What do I need a 1/1 for? Oh, now we're just gonna get countered or something. I guess I probably play City too. City of Traders, that is, not the Soaring City. Although having another blue source would be good. Probably just play Otawara then. Blue. But I don't want to tap Saga, so I guess it doesn't make much difference this turn. Yeah, whatever. Crypt, looks like they're F6'd. staff, make a thing, and then can't make another white, so I guess I'll just bobble, make another thing. Look at that. All right, we can make a token with the crypt. Put another counter on the staff, which we can't use. I don't even remember what my opponent mystical tutored for. I guess I should have looked at that. Doomsday. Okay. So might be dead, but we'll see. We might just be deceased. Kaito. Okay, that's probably not a sign that we're dead quite yet. Discard Ponder Infernal Grasp, okay. Or it's Surveil, I guess. Another counter. Do I want to draw? Do I want a 5/5? Probably just want to draw. We revealed Doomsday. Great. The Heave. That seems good. Drew the Ghost Vacuum. Oh, I guess if I was going to heave, I should have just added mana. Oops. Oops. Alright, they scooped anyway. I guess they didn't have Doomsday up there. One reason to hold Bobble is to get more staff uses once we tutor for Mox next turn. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like hold Bobble in hand or not crack it? Oh. They scooped the whole match. Okay. I guess I was kind of playing slow. Maybe they were getting frustrated at that. But they had like the same clock as me, so whatever. All right. Keep. Just play cards. Yeah, that's right. Shelldock first, and then top. Look at the top three. Ah, it's not bad. Mox Sapphire. Memory Jar seems pretty good. Skull Clamp. Okay. So we're going to draw Mox Sapphire Memory Jar next turn. I have Strand. I can just hold up Mystic Confluence and then Jar. My next card's Fabled Passage. I don't know what the cards are after that, but probably going to be cracking Floated Strand to shuffle the Fabled Passage. Oh, they played Yavimaya, so I don't even have to crack the Flood Strand to play Confluence if I didn't want to. Strip Mine the shell dock is annoying for sure, but not the end of the world. I guess I would maybe Confluence draw 3 then. Probably crack the Flooded Strand first because I still don't want to draw Fabled Passage. Looks like they're not going to use it, I guess. It seems odd to do this but before strip mining. They played their land before Lotus Cobra. Okay. Hmm. Probably should have just drawn 2 cards, but I kind of like the idea of bouncing elves, and maybe they'll just replay it instead of strip mining my shell dock. They did not. Okay. So I think I'll upkeep top, I guess. Well, no, I don't think I do. Because if I draw Mana Vault, okay. I guess I just Lorien Revealed for Island. I was gonna maybe, let's see, 4 or 5. Yeah, let's just get an Island. I wanted to draw with it, but that's fine to just cycle, I guess. Mm, let's just pass. I think I'll subtlety whatever they play, and then I can look with top. Play Jar next turn. The Clamp. Staff is pretty good. Frantic Search, Prism. Might die to my mana rocks here. So what's my next card? Frantic Search, right? A walk-in closet for strip mine, okay. Sure. Trying to think if I want a memory jar at the end on their end step. I think I do actually. Take some more damage from the rocks. Mox Diamond. Displacer Kitten, okay. It's kind of a card. I guess Counterspell is not going to be relevant here. Hmm. Alright, let's Kitten. I don't think I care about bouncing their walk-in closet. Iconoclast. Okay. That's probably just better than Saheeli right now. Unless I wanted to make something a subtlety. So I can't play both, right? I don't have enough. Put those back, I guess. So I'm gonna want to Epiphany. Let's see, flicker that, and then. Alright, I guess that works. Wait. I need to flicker the Mock Sapphire. So obviously this doesn't get me any cards to actually play, but I can get a bunch of tokens. I do go down to 6 cards in deck, which might be a problem, but it's funny. I've never just discarded all my things. I get 4 tokens. Get staff back. If they have like Toxic Deluge or something, I'm probably gonna die because all my other win conditions are in the graveyard now. But that was a pretty cool turn. Grim Monolith. Okay. They didn't replay their strip mine. Six, 8, 10, 13. Lush Portico. Okay. GG. Nice. So Obzon, like land stuff. Looked like I don't really have much as far as the sideboard. I guess a braid could be good. But with walk-in closet in the cube now instead of Crucible, it's slightly less good against that matchup. Kills Ramanop Excavator if they have that, but I don't know. Let's run it back. Keep. Need a red source for Iconoclast, ideally. Birds. That's a red source. Pretty sick hand. So, go Mox Diamond, Mox Sapphire, third path, Crypt, Probe, and just play everything. Kind of nuts. What's up, Shug? Why are you not getting a notification that I'm on? I don't know. I'm not head of YouTube. Cube is good. Let me draw the island. Do I even play it in the face of Strip Mine? Yeah, I guess it's fine. Even if they have it, I still have double blue for Saheeli. And I guess I crack now. Because I guess I have a counter spell maybe. Although, no, I guess I don't have a cheap counter that I can play right now. Whatever. If they have Thoughtseize, they have Thoughtseize, I guess. They said pretty nice turn one. I agree. Bristly Bill. Planes. I mean, their turn one kind of blanks my turn one, regardless of how many spells I cast. Just a 3/3, you know. GG. Why is this revealed 3 times? All right, planes. All right, time to die to my crypt. Bummer. Man, if I draw Karn, be sick. I think it's still correct to just play all these things. I know I have like Displacer Kitten to get some advantage from having spells, but I'm just gonna play them while I got them. It's a cool turn too, but like I'm not actually in great shape to win right now. I need to draw Karn. That would be ideal. I think I already said that, but whatever. I have a lot of blockers. But I'm gonna die to my own mana crypt. Okie dokie. We don't want a flyer. I'd probably be slapping it on the bird. Oh no, don't. It's legendary. Uh, Yikes. Ah, the shame scoop. I guess I did have a lot of stuff on the board, but so what happens? I attack with 8 tokens. They block one, take 7, go to 13. Yeah, I guess I was kind of in shape to win already, but yeah, that was pretty insane turn two. But it was more hot air than it was actual solid stuff. Still pretty good though. This deck is cool. Ugh. Guess I can open the deck here. So we got to go insane with Saheeli third path. Now it's time for Karn to show out. What is this avatar? Sliver Queen. Okay. Cool. Fabled Passage. Seems good. A Lutri Companion. Oh, I actually could have had turn one, no more lies up. Oh well. Hopefully it's not relevant. City of Traders. Okay. I guess I'll hold off on cracking Bobble for until I get another artifact. Pentad Prism. Okay. Top. Manifold Key. Okay. Pretty good combo. The Twisty. Yeah, I guess I'll counter that. Yeah, one. Just one mana? Okay. Draw two. Or two mana, I guess they have. I still have no more lies up if they have like another counter spell. Jeez. Yeah. It's probably worth countering, I would imagine. Saga's pretty nice. Stormcloud 7. They just go like, or no, I guess they only had one card. I was gonna say they go like Lotus, Brain Freeze me. Occult Epiphany. It's not bad. Do I just play that main phase with the City of Traders mana? Do I hold Subtlety? Hmm. That doesn't make sense. I can't, well, yeah, that's fine. I'll do 3, I think. Discard 3. Hmm. Can probably ditch the subtlety. Now I can crack Bobble too. It makes the Urza Saga construct smaller, but I think a card is worth more. They immediately draw. They could have drawn a second card with Manifold Key. Malcolm. They didn't put Lutri to hand. I guess they couldn't with what they've got. Malcolm's slightly annoying, but it's not a big deal. We can win, we just need the combo. Unfortunately, we don't have Teferi to go off completely, but Displacer Kitten can still do some damage. Jar is a cool one. So it's essentially 3 mana with Kitten out. What is happening? So Crypt. Tap Crypt. Jar, Flicker, Crypt, and then we can still Saga. I don't have to play Odor yet. I guess that's fine. Get in for 1. Okay. Sure. Not gonna crack Jar yet, I don't think. Sapphire, Vault. I guess I get Vault. Just more memory jar mana. Okay, or they scoop. Cool. A braid could be good. They have clearly a lot of artifacts. Plan workshop. They actually seem to cast a lot of spells on their turn, so we could even brain freeze on their turn in some cases. Epiphany seems good. I could cut subtlety for a braid. We saw Jace, Malcolm. It's pretty good against Malcolm, I guess. Yeah, it's fine. My red fixing is pretty sketchy, so I don't really want to add another red card. We can win, yeah, I would hope so. Top. Hmm. Sand doesn't actually do that much, even if we do draw some lands. I think if I can remember even just a quarter of the things you've taught me, I should be able to win any game. On this planet. I think I'm going to have to mulligan this. This is an interesting one. I think I keep bottom the freeze. A lush portico. That's an odd one for blue artifact list. We drew the land. Okay. City of Traders doesn't really do that much for me right now, so I think I just go Mox Diamond, discard City, and then play Iconoclast or Staff. Probably Iconoclast because Staff can trigger third path. Get me a token. I don't imagine they're running too much removal, but you never know. Jace. Mana Vault. Okay. Well, I could just kind of spew this Pented Prism a little bit. Could go Mana Vault, get a token, Staff, get a token, and then Pented Prism, get a token, and then get another counter on Staff for more card draw. I feel like I can probably use Mana Vault better later, though. I could spew it in the sense of like just getting a... That doesn't make sense. I'll just play this. Get a token, attack for 2. Expedition map. Okay. They have Academy. I don't think I would put map in my deck just for workshop, but who knows? Pedal, crack, pedal. Pass the turn. Interesting. Let's go Flooded Strand, get a Plains. And do I draw or do I play Vault? I think I play Vault and then just hold up Counterspell. I made my land drop, so I think we're good there. Let's just get token, another counter on the staff. If they don't play anything, I can draw. I guess they might have Malcolm. I could leave something back. Whatever. Crack map. It is workshop, okay. I mean, it's a strong card. I just don't think I'd put Expedition map in my deck for it. Discard Waterlogged Grove. Immediately activate Jace. Discard LED, okay. So we may be getting breached at some point. Assault Monolith, sure. Manifold Key, sure. Malcolm, sure. Okay. You got it. Mystic Confluence. It's a good card. I guess this could go bad, but I don't think it will. It did not go bad. I don't think there's much they can do here. Discard Island. Preordain. They haven't put Lutri to hand yet. Tameo. I guess I'll counter that. One, two, three. Do I really have to do it for 9, 3, 5, 6, 7? No, I'll just do it for 2 and then draw 1. That's fine. If they want to spend their whole turn to get a Tameo down, I'm okay with that. Looks like they're gonna pay for it. What's happening? Oh, they needed to float the mana before they were being asked to pay because Manifold Key untapping is not a mana ability. Okay. So they paid 3, it got countered, and I drew a card. Alright, I guess that's fine. Sure. Mm, I'm not going to use the Prism counter yet. I don't think that makes much sense. Ghost Vacuum. Can vacuum stuff up and put it in the jar. No, I think it's better to vacuum up the contents of the jar. You just get all the memories. It seems better. Okay, they get to flip Jace. Narset. Should probably counter that. Jace. Preordain. Sure. Uh-oh. Are we getting punished? Big walking ballista? Oh, battle sphere. Sure. That is large. Hmm. Yeah, they can't really attack with it super well. Unless they just don't attack, or they don't tap their mirror or something. Trying to think if I want to play Jar or not. I guess I do. I also don't know why I exiled Lion's Eye and not Preordain. That was kind of stupid. I was thinking Lion's Eye is like the scariest one if they had some kind of breach thing, but It's kind of dumb when I knew they were going to flip Jace anyway. Alright, let's play Passage, get an island. I think I'm supposed to jar. Just get a couple more tokens and pass. How many tokens is a ton of tokens anyway? Alright, we're never in a million years going to use all these staff counters, but it's good to have them, I guess. I actually don't think it'd be that crazy to just attack right now. If they want to trade off with their mirror tokens, that's fine. They could like shrink the spirit and attack with Malcolm if they wanted. Maybe I still don't think I send any at Jace, though. I'm just not worried about Jace, especially since I have Ghost Vacuum out. If it wants to shrink a token down each turn, that's fine. $20 is a ton. It's a decent amount. I don't think I just give him like a free attack, though. I think I still leave it back. So they eat one, and they can trade with a bunch if they want. Looks like they're going to. I imagine they don't have Tolarian Academy in their deck, but this is good for me if they have Academy to try to clear the mirror out of the way. I mean, I don't know what they'd use all that mana for anyway, but I guess Manifold Key, they could have made their Battlesphere unblockable and hit me for quite a bit. Kind of glad they blocked. Okay. Something huge. Okay. Wait, they played their island before looting? Okay. Yes, you can loot. Why would you do that? Instep. I guess I'll hit Tamio. Playing 4D chess. Yeah, they're playing something. Mox Sapphire A. Well, Karn is pretty sick. Let's just go Mox. Yeah, I've heard it's pretty good. So Mox into Karn. And then we can either draw off the staff or we can memory jar. It's a little risky to memory jar when they have a bunch of mana untapped. I think I'm ahead. I guess I'll draw first in case I hit Displacer Kitten. Epiphany. It's also good. Not better than Karn, though. Make a giant thing. And I don't think it's worth attacking this time because they can have Colonnade to block too. If they start figuring out that they can make their Battlesphere unblockable with Key, we might be in a bit of a race here. I'm probably just going to cash in this Epiphany for a 1-1 to block Malcolm. Gets me another token. All right, GG. Wow, a 3-0. I gotta say I don't think I don't think I got the most resistance to that 3-0. My first opponent just scooped. Uh, my first opponent just like scooped the match after game one when they weren't even really. I don't remember exactly how that game went, but I don't think they were even completely dead. My second opponent, I don't even remember what happened there. I think that game was actually, or that match was actually kind of something. Or no, they were that was the Lotus Cobra thing. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they call that the hoist bump. People, people see it coming. They get scared. Nice little trophy. Cool. Oh, sorry. Mm, I could draft another one. I'm kind of hungry though. Yeah, I think I'm gonna jump off and eat. Be back on tomorrow. I could get. I could come back after food, I guess, but fuck bang while you draft. Yeah. Nobody wants to see me eat. The food is not interesting, and my eating style is also not entertaining. But I appreciate the support. Yeah. I'm gonna call it here, I think. A 2-1 and a 3-0. Not bad. I think I'll be back on tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. Yeah, should have plenty of time to draft. But yeah, till then, thanks for watching.